It is my pleasure to be here with you this evening. I am a third-generation San Diegan, and I grew up in a very kind family, not very far from here in La Mesa. However, I struggled with what we didn't understand was a depression through middle school and high school. And in 1998, I experienced my first psychotic break. For the 12 years following, I bounced in and out of inpatient care approximately every 6 to 8 weeks. I've lived in long-term residential facilities, group homes, crisis homes, and attempted unsuccessfully multiple times to live independently. After 12 years of unemployment with sporadic periods of part-time employment, I was always treatment compliant, but unable to believe it was possible, simply because I couldn't see the results of actually participating in my treatment. It wasn't possible until I attended an 8-week class taught by a peer support specialist who also lived with my diagnosis. Within 6 months of taking that class and brainstorming with her strategies and wellness tools, I moved out of the abusive group home. I found a part-time job, and I located a scholarship for graduate school. Against all odds, I met and married the man of my dream. I graduated with my master's in rehabilitation counseling from San Diego State University and now teach as faculty there for the same program's licensed professional clinical counseling clinical track. And now I work also as a research assistant for San Diego State University's Research Foundation. Currently, I'm also working with a publisher to complete an anthology of articles that I've written about living successfully with mental illness. So just a little bit about the services I've received and how I've become part of the family here at UCSanDiegoHealth. My work with UCSD doctors began in a professional setting while working with San Diego County's Workforce Education Training Collaborative with Dr. Alejandra Postlewhite. And through that, I spoke at ground rounds for the community mental health residents. Then later, I received the opportunity to have training from Dr. Elizabeth Twomley pertaining to supported employment. In the past year, I've also had the opportunity to work with UCSD in participating in research studies specific to psychotic spectrum disorders. Through these interactions, I began to recognize something unique about the quality and caliber of the psychiatrists and providers, both professionally and personally. They treated me like a colleague and a fellow collaborator in my own treatment. They offered me a level of self-respect and individual support which I have not received from many providers. Additionally, their insights have taught me how to strengthen my wellness toolbox and to include coping skills which I was previously unaware. So after participating in 2 studies, when my health insurance changed, I leapt at the opportunity to become a patient through UCSD because of the respect and research-based services that they provide. Every psychiatrist, resident, and program director with whom I've had the opportunity to interact demonstrates a willingness to explore research-based treatment options while demonstrating a respect for client choice and my personal participation in making treatment decisions related to my personal health and my life. UCSD recognizes that a psychiatric diagnosis is only a small component of one's identity, and they work to keep it that way. With the help of my current doctor, Dr. Reminick, I am now successfully pursuing a broad-spectrum micronutrient treatment, which addresses brain metabolic imbalances, allowing me a vastly improved quality of life, mental clarity, focus, energy, and even weight loss without those pesky side effects I'd had previously. For the first time in my life, I feel genuinely healthy. Mental illness is chronic. It's a lifelong illness with it waxes and wanes in severity like many other chronic illnesses. And for that reason, many times when we speak of recovery, it can be a misnomer. You cannot recover from mental illness, but you can recover your life. I am the evidence. If you or a loved one lives with mental illness and you are at that point in your journey where you can no longer see the light of hope, just know that the darkest hour is before the dawn. With appropriate individualized support, you or your loved one can learn how to live successfully with mental illness just as I have. There is no deadline on potential. If you don't have that hope that things can change, please cling to my hope until you can find your own. Tonight, I invite everyone within the sound of my voice to reach out to someone who might be struggling. Offer a listening ear, provide compassionate service, and light the path of hope for others to find joy in the journey. Together we can, like the symbolic lighting of this hospital, stand as a beacon of hope for others. It is interesting to note the color of Mental Health Awareness Month is green. Green, the color symbolizing growth, the color symbolizing new life. Thank you.